What is up? Apologies for my voice. Me and my dudes are playing outside. My sons were playing outside this weekend. It's got a lot of snow. We went sledding and did snow angels and a little snowball fight. It was fun, but obviously I lost my voice just because we were yelling so much. So I apologize for that, but this video cannot wait. It has to happen now. So without further ado, let's get to the announcement. First, let me just preface this by saying that this video will get increasingly personal as it goes on. So if you're just here for the gist of it, then you'll get the message in just a moment and you can carry on about your day. For the rest of you, feel free to hang out. I'm just gonna probably gonna start rambling at the end, but I think you'll see why. So the news I have is actually in two pieces. One, Friday, February 24th will be my last regularly scheduled Twitch stream. And the second piece of news is that I will be demonetizing my channel tomorrow. I'll be working with Twitch staff to demonetize the channel. That is Wednesday, January 25th of 2023. If you're wondering why demonetize tomorrow and then have the final stream Friday, February 24th, again, that's twofold. One, it's because my 2 years of streaming will be right before February 24th. And two, more importantly, I didn't want anybody's sub money to be wasted as much as possible. And so the way that is guaranteed in my mind is if I demonetize and then have the final stream be 30 days later. That way I make sure that nobody pays for a sub during that time. And I don't feel like they have, paid money for content and then not gotten any. So there will be streams until Friday, February 24th, but that'll be the last one. And that's just so like I said, we can make sure that we hit the 2-year mark. Hey, happy, yay, fun. But also I make sure that nobody's money was spent in vain. Nobody wasted their money. So that's it. Like no more streams at all, like none ever. No, that's not really accurate. There will probably be streams in the future. Just kind of depends if something like really strikes my fancy or like I really want to stream something. But it's not going to be like a scheduled thing. It'll be something where like the day of or the week of, I'll decide to do it. Maybe I'll talk to the mod team. We'll ping the Discord and, that'll be it. We'll have some fun and we'll have the time that we do have at that time. So why demonetize? Aren't we going to miss the income? Well, yes and no. We're going to miss the income in a way that is not probably what most people think when it comes to like streamer income. So as people who've been around the channel for quite a while will tell you, like it's been successful. It's made money. And giving up a 5-figure source of income per year, it's substantial, it's substantial, especially as somebody who grew up poor. But the catch is and always has been from the very, very early days. I made it very clear when I got my first sub. I made it clear all of the money would stay there. All the money would stay there. Not my truck payment, not my house mortgage, not our groceries. Nothing has ever been supported by streaming. Streaming money goes to two places. One, the community and the channel. And two, charity. Every single dollar that this channel has made, 5 figures per year, all right? Every single dollar either went back via giveaways, it went back into hardware and software upgrades, it went into content, right? Paying for games, etc. And the rest went to charity. All of it. I am proud to say that this channel has lost money because of that. I'm so proud of that. When we realized that we had crossed the over $20,000 mark of money given away, again, via charity, via giveaways to the community, via just like helping people out in DMs. I know it's not something that like I'm supposed to do or talk about, but sometimes people would reach out and I didn't always tell them no. You know who you are. And obviously usually if it was like some random person or like somebody new, I'm not gonna, no offense, I'm not going to bankrupt myself that way, but I'm very proud to say that this channel never made money. It never made money. Like, think about that. 5 figures per year. And it never made money. But it did make a lot of impact in other ways. Over there, you see the Feeding America bag that Feeding America sent us. The Players versus Cancer hat, right there. And that doesn't even begin to encapsulate all the thank you cards that are back there as well from the other organizations that we've supported, some of which are local that I have not publicized at all to the community or in a Discord or anything like that. But we've given a lot of money away, and I'm so thankful that that's one of the impacts we've been able to make. So when it comes to the question of demonetizing, are we going to miss the income? You got kids, you got a house, like, why are you giving up this source of income? From the very beginning, by design, no matter how much money it was or was not going to be, it was never, ever just going to go to us. And I'm very proud of that. And I thank everybody here for enabling that to happen, for making that possible. You made it so that I never had to worry about stopping streaming. You made it so that I never had to worry about missing out on income, because you made it possible for us to support others with the channel. And I like that. I do. I really appreciate that. Why now? So it's my kids, man. I love my kids so fucking much, dude. They're great. And I didn't have a dad when I was growing up. It was my mom, and she worked 3 jobs. And you grow up a certain type of way like that, and you grow up in some bad areas like that. And I remember the first time we moved from our trailer park, we moved to another trailer park. Like, that was an upgrade. And then when we moved out of that trailer park, we moved to this like shitty house. And you know what? It was like the coolest thing ever. It was the coolest thing ever. The yard had fucking infestations in it. And it was still like the best day ever. I know what it's like to not have the childhood that maybe like other people did or that you wanted. And I'm not going to let that happen. And it hasn't happened, like I said, I've given up sleep just to make everything else, churn. But like I said, they're getting older. There's going to be sports events that we go to, school events that we go to. We're talking about going to the Y, and they're going to play t-ball, and they're going to play basketball and swim. And in my head for the last couple months, it's been, I can't miss any of that. I'm not going to miss any of that for streaming video games. Like, no offense to anybody, but like, for streaming video games, nah, you can miss me with that. So they'll be starting school in the fall. They'll be starting sports. We're playing games later into the evenings together. And I remember we were doing raid battles in Pokemon Scarlet, and we were trying to catch a Ceruledge. Just like, we kept finding the raids, and man, I don't know if we just had like shitty teammates or what, but like it just kept falling through on these like 6 stars. And we had to stop because it was 8:30 p.m. and I was supposed to go live at 9 p.m. And it just that was like the first time that I was like, you know what, man, nah, I don't want to stop. And it just kind of like hit home, while we were playing Pokemon, because we started to make future plans. It's a surreal experience, They start talking about, all right, we have almost completed the Pokédex. What's next? What are we going to play next? Are there more games? It's like, yeah, there's Pokemon Pearl. I already have that. There's Pokemon Arceus. Okay, yeah, which one are we going to play first? Oh, shit, guys. Like, all right, and it's cool, and I love it. But it catches you off guard. And while we were playing Pokemon together, I kind of realized, like, I want more of this. So as they get older, the nights will get more fun and probably later, because it's like they ain't even watching movies yet. Don't get me started on that. I love movies. Can you imagine, like, hey guys, you want to watch this movie? Oh, what's it called? The Ring. Oh, what's that about? Nothing, just a girl. I can't wait, man. I can't wait, watching scary movies with them at night. So like I said, something's got to give. Why can't I just reduce my schedule? I can't half-ass things, man. It's part of why like this whole thing is in my mind about maximizing all the time I have with my kids, because they're gonna grow up quick, you know. I can't half-ass things, for better or for worse. I can't half-ass things, and so reducing my schedule, I can't. It's not in me. It's not in me. If I'm gonna do something, I'm doing it, you know. YouTube, Discord, Twitter. What about YouTube, Discord, and Twitter? Twitter, I'm probably gonna delete just because I don't like Elon Musk. For one, and for two, there's not really like I don't even check my Twitter feed. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'll tweet shit, but I don't really check. Like I don't really look at other stuff. Discord, obviously that's gonna stay. I don't care if there's only 20 people in the Discord in the future. Those 19 other people, honestly, like those have been the ones that have been, you know, the biggest boon from the start, you know. And it's one thing for people to like show up and like, you know, randomly start believing in you when you're streaming and you didn't have any plans about it. But it's another thing like make friends, you know. It's another thing to have experiences and talk to each other and help people with each other and all this other stuff, you know. So Discord's not going anywhere. YouTube is just like for fun. That's how it's always been. It's never really been something where it was like I don't make like big clickbaity thumbnails, and like I don't put out content every day like trying to like push. No, I don't really care, to be honest with you. It's not that deep. Yeah, so the YouTube channel will stay, and I'll continue to put up YouTube videos whenever I want, just like it is now, about whatever I want, just like it is now. Maybe it'll be another anime episode analysis video. Maybe it'll be FGO. Maybe it'll be Arknights. Maybe I'll just talk about whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? One thing that I do want to touch on, talk about, is appreciation. I started streaming on a whim. Like, it was just this like, hey, I think I'm just gonna go do this thing. I used to watch Pay Money Wubby. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but I used to watch Pay Money Wubby, and I watched him live stream 90 Day Fiance. And so every night, because this is when quarantine like first started, and my job at the time was impossible to telework. It was a classified environment. Like, you couldn't just like take work home type of thing. But I used to make 2 big ass bagels with strawberry cream cheese spread on them, and I would sit my happy ass down on our couch late at night and watch Pay Money Wubby stream 90 Day Fiance, and he would talk about it, and we would like, people just would laugh, and just like the craziest shit. And he eventually stopped doing that, and I don't know why, but to me, I was like, I wonder if I would just stream something. And that same week, I told my wife I was gonna stream Fate Grand Order. I was gonna stream the game, and she's like, okay, yeah, whatever you want to do. I had Wi-Fi internet, which was really bad. I had the factory camera that came with this all-in-one computer system. It wasn't a real camera. I had an all-in-one PC, as in like the monitor had the PC in the back of it. I don't think it had a graphics card. I don't think it had RAM. I mean, it probably had that, but like it probably didn't have much of either of those. As some people who've been there from the beginning will tell you, like it was rough, and I had to do a lot of upgrades and learn a lot along the way. I didn't know anything about streaming because I didn't need to know anything about streaming. I didn't have plans for streaming because I didn't need to have plans for streaming. I just started doing it one night, and enough people were just like, hey, man, I'm going to hang out here. I was like, all right. And then there's more, and then you get some raids, and then there's more, and all of a sudden you can just kind of choose to have triple-digit viewers if you really want to on certain nights, and you can choose to have 20 viewers while streaming some obscure Resident Evil DLC at 3 a.m. Like, fuck it, why not? It was cool, but I didn't know anything about it when I started. and I wouldn't have been able to keep going or wanted to keep going if it weren't for the people. So all the mods, all the long time subs and viewers, like those kind of names just get kind of like etched into your brain and they never go away. Whether they were a mod, whether they were your VIP badge or whatever, it doesn't matter. They all mean a lot, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate those people. I'll be ending my partnership with Rogue Energy. Thank you so much, Rogue Energy. Thank you to everybody who purchased via our code with Rogue Energy. I appreciate the compliments on the flavors. I had zero hand in Rogue Energy shit tasting good, but like, thanks for the DMs. That always cracks me up. Like, all right, you're welcome for the 20%, but like, I didn't make that strawberry limeade taste good. So thank you to Rogue Energy for the partnership we've had. That will be coming to a close as well. Still check out their stuff. It still tastes good. Like, I still have a bunch of it. I'm still going to keep drinking it. But as far as thanking people who, you know, are not like really like community members per se, not my family, not like anyone else, there's honestly just one that comes to mind right now, at least. He's he's cantankerous. He's cool. He's smart. But most of all, he's a person. He's a human. And he has always, at every single instance that I have seen, treated everybody that he's interacted with like a person. He's never gotten full of himself. He's never, like, you know, become self-important. Never tried to make it seem like streaming a fucking mobile gacha game meant anything in the real world. He's always just been awesome. Just been awesome. And, that's Hanako, and I want to say thanks to Hanako for just being cool, man. Like, people don't know how much it means to just be cool. Like, just be a person. It's not hard. It shouldn't be hard. Ain't nobody special, you know? Nobody is, like, better than anybody else, so just be cool. And Hanako has always been that. Never been one to put anybody down that I've seen, unnecessarily at least. Just supports other people, hops into streams, asks how your day was, asks who your favorite characters are. Like, he does it all, and he does it as a person, and I really appreciate that. I really want to thank the mod team, like, by name, and like talk about them. But I'm telling you right now, if I do that, this microphone is gonna get ruined by the sheer amount of water coming out of my face. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it, dude. Those are each and every single one of those people, top tier, top flight people. My door is always open here. My wife makes bomb food. Please, if you are ever in Ohio for some godforsaken, mistaken reason, feel free to come by. We will feed you. You can stay in our guest room. It's here in the basement, so it's nice and quiet. And, I'll be able to tell you things in person, but every single one of those people. And sometimes I was like, hey, you're a mod now. And they're like, the fuck? Who? Me? Yeah. And they're just like, all right, whatever, man. And thanks to Danny and Mythic as well. I told the mod team this months and months and months ago. Long time ago. And now I'll tell all of you. But I said to them, it's more important to me that Danny and Mythic get the time and attention and the support rather than my channel. And that's not me being like, I'm not like patting myself on the back or whatever for that. I'm saying it because it deserves to be said of them. Those are good dudes. They've got good hearts with a big future ahead of them, both of them. And all I've wanted for a year now, at least, was to be able to do whatever I could to just help them do their thing. Just help them be who they want to be and do what they want to do. And honestly, most of that for both of them has been to just stand there and watch in amazement. Man, when those guys are in their element, I'm telling you, there's not a better channel to watch in whatever category they're in. I mean that. good dudes, good hearts. That's what it was always about. I remember getting a message. God, this had to have been like, I don't know, 9 months ago now. But I remember getting a message like, hey, like, are you gonna grow Table of Avalon? Are you gonna add more people? I was like, if they want to, maybe, sure, someday. I was like, but I will tell you right now, it's a high bar in my opinion. No, what do you mean? I said I hold Danny and Mythic in a pretty high regard. I think it's not easy to keep humility in your back pocket 24/7 and still be, honestly, like funny, cool, smart young guys like they are. They've got the whole world ahead of them. They've got anything they want to do in life ahead of them. And you will never hear them talk down to somebody unnecessarily. You will never hear them be an asshole to somebody or make themselves sound self-important. You will never hear them put themselves up on a pedestal. And I just think that's so cool. And I recognized that early on, and so did my mod team, and so did a lot of the community. And I remember the first time, that we all hung out on stream together. And it was just like butter, man. It was like butter on a warm day, dude. So I really appreciate not only Danny and Mythic, their communities, people supporting them, but I appreciate the times too. I appreciate the good times. Last but not least at all, it's my wife and kids, honestly, man. 4 kids, all sons. Oldest are 4.5. Youngest is shit, dude. He's coming up on 5 months. He's the biggest 5-month-old I've ever seen. I'm not even lying, man. He's awesome. I appreciate my wife and my kids. I appreciate my extended family, my real life friends, who made sure to contribute to whatever charitable drive we were doing. Family support, asking like, hey, like, is there something that you need for your setup? Is there something? No, man, I'm good. Thank you though. And I hope this is the best thing I could hope for anybody. I hope that you find somebody like my wife. That's the best. That is the best wish that you could ever wish for somebody, is that you find somebody as incredible as my wife is, man. I hope each and every one of you find somebody that can be that in your life. Even if it's your own self, even if you have that kind of relationship of dependability on your own self, that's good. But that's the best I could ever wish for somebody. So it has been almost 45 minutes. I will obviously have edited this down to way shorter. I can't promise that this made sense. I can't promise this was coherent. But I can promise you that I have appreciated every single moment here. Good times, the bad times, the craziest, out of left field, most ridiculous things that happen, and the tried and true bedrock that you have all been every single night as well. Once again, we'll still have the Discord, we'll still have YouTube, and I will still stream sometimes after Friday, February 24th. However, on the whole, I want to thank you so much. This has been honestly one of the absolute highlights of my whole life. I will miss this. I will miss having this every night. I will miss thinking about content and thinking about what we're going to do and looking forward to this every night. I will. And we do still have, the next month to make it count. But until then, I'm going to make the most of it, hanging out with you guys and appreciating it. Appreciating it. Thanks, guys.